Hey guys, welcome back. I'm working on this pinball cabinet. I am fixing the paint that wrinkled on me when I used the Rust-Oleum. I did mix up a blue with automotive paint. I had a bunch of different blues left over and I got it pretty close to that color that I used with the Rust-Oleum. So what I did this morning was I sanded it down with 320 grit and 600 grit. Actually worked out really well because I had a coat of clear on here. So by doing that, it kind of smoothed out a lot of my brush strokes and marks that were in the colored spots that I did. A few little touch-ups, like little bumps and stuff that were maybe sticking up high. We got one right here, which we'll just touch that up after I untape it, after I put the blue on. We'll touch up these couple little spots. And then right down here, just couple little things, nothing major. I'm very happy actually because I think it's going to turn out way nicer now that I had put that coat of clear on there. It did wrinkle on me, which sucked. But I think once I retape off this cabinet, put the blue, touch up a couple of the artwork spots, and then clear it with the satin clear, I think it's gonna be pretty nice looking. So I'm not gonna record me taping it off again because it's gonna take me probably a good hour, 2 hours probably. I'm gonna sit here, listen to some music, tape the sides off, tape the front off, and then at that point I'll record spraying the blue, touching up the color because there's only a little bit of color, and then we'll get it cleared. I still have to do the head, but I want to get this done first to make sure that it works out well and I'm happy with it before I mess with the head. Now there's some areas that look like shit here, okay, but you got to keep in mind the leg comes all the way out to there. The leg is going to completely cover up that spot and over here. So I don't want to go crazy building a lot of paint on there, layer and layer and layer, if it's just going to get covered up by a leg. So I'm not worried about that. We're not trying to make this 100% perfect. We're just trying to preserve the artwork that was originally done on a cabinet, rather than, could we have ordered a stencil and re-stenciled this? Yes, absolutely. And my other buddy that I did the Bride of Pinbot was like, just order a stencil and repaint it. I didn't want to. I like the fact that this is the original artwork that was applied from the factory. It wasn't bad enough in my eyes to replace it. Now you have some spots here that are like, you could see through it. That's factory. That's what the factory did. It wasn't perfect. That's just how it, they put on just enough paint from the factory to give it the look, this kind of look, you know what I mean? It wasn't meant to be 100% solid yellow, 100% solid orange. You did have spots that had overspray and see-through. That's just the character of it. That's how it's supposed to be. So I'm going to quit talking. I'm going to go ahead and turn the radio on. I'm going to go ahead and get this taped off, and then we're going to put blue paint on it, and then we're going to clear it. And I'll tell you what, only putting one coat of clear on this thing, you could barely feel any of these lines, which is cool. So I think it's going to turn out good. I'm pretty optimistic about it. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, the cabinet, the bottom cabinet is ready. The legs are ready, and a couple of the inside rails. So that's what I'm painting tonight. The rest of the parts got dropped off today as well. Blown everything off, everything's taped off. So we're gonna start putting the blue on. I'm gonna put the first coat on pretty lightly. Make sure that we don't get any reactions or anything like that. This is the color I came up with that I mixed. I mean, as close as I can get with what I have here without spending money. So I'm gonna get this stirred up, and we're gonna go out there and get the first light coat put on and see what it looks like. I want to get these parts done this week so I can get them out of here. I want to be starting on the Alpine ski this week, get that going, and then after that we'll be ready to build a couple Tato cabinets from scratch. Okay, that looks really good. Almost fell. My knee gave out a little bit. that looks good. I'm gonna let it dry for about 15 minutes. Then we can peel the tape off, touch up a little bit of the orange and yellow, very minor, and then we'll be ready to put some satin clear on it. Put this back in here because we still have to paint the head and a couple other blue parts. We'll have enough blue paint to do it, which is good. So I'm going to go ahead and get this gun cleaned up, and I'll come back and we'll get this thing untaped. Okay, I'm going to mix up some Summit Racing Hot Rod Clear Satin, and we'll go out there and get some clear on this thing. Okay, well that coat is drying. That's the last coat. I want to show you what else I'm doing. So I got to fix the head and get that done, which I plan on doing that tomorrow. I'm going to work on that. These rails for the sides of the pinball, we're going to paint those orange. They're dented up, so I'm going to do a little body work to them, straighten them out, and then we're going to paint those orange because the top of the cabinet is blue, and I think that'll look really good. And we're going to paint the coin door orange as well, because once again everything's all kind of beat up. We'll paint the lock bar orange. It's got some dents and stuff in it. I think I'm going to paint the coin part blue, and then that's about it really. Should look good. I mean, it would be nice to send this out and get it polished up and fixed and everything, but you know, you got to do what the people want to do and how much they want to spend, you know what I mean? You don't want to go putting too much money into certain games because it's just not worth it. And that's just not what people want to spend their money on. But it's drying. It's still got a little bit of a shine to it. It's not fully, not done drying enough to see the finished sheen of it. So I'm going to give it at about 10 minutes, then we'll take a look at it. All right, that's close to what it's going to look like. It's going to doll up a little bit more, but I don't feel like sitting there waiting. So it looks good. It looks real good. Very happy with it. We kept the originality of the artwork to where if you look up really close, see how you can see through that yellow? That's how it was in the factory. And I like leaving stuff like that when I can, because it's not been completely repainted, you know what I mean? We didn't take new stencils and redo the whole entire artwork. We just touched some things up to make it look a little nicer, and we preserved it by putting the satin clear over top. Now, it's not going to keep flaking and stuff like that. Legs look really cool. I like the blue. It's a nice blue. I think it's real close to what it was. not too far off. I put the clear on a little bit heavy on these because I believe the ball makes contact with these, and I'm actually going to be kind of curious to see how those hold up over time. So that's going to end this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Any questions or comments, feel free to ask. If you wouldn't mind hitting the thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. Other than that, guys, I'll see you later. Thank you.